Hello and welcome back to Styx Media. I'm Styx and it's time for the monthly book review. And for the month of September, we're reading something. I read something a little bit different for this month's book review. It's still fiction, but I decided to read Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. Really good book, quite easy to read. There was a little bit of dry humor in it, like very, very dry humor. So it basically is about a chemist by the name of Elizabeth Zott, and she ends up. So it happens in the 60s, I think, like late 50s, early 60s, and she's working at Hastings Research Institute, which is predominantly male. And in the 60s, women didn't exactly do that kind of thing. It was predominantly male, and there was very much chauvinism and sexism and stuff like that. But I'm not getting into that. It was a good book. It basically made me realize that during the 60s sucked if you're a woman. If you were a guy, you had opportunities galore. But if you were a female, you were basically expected to be in the kitchen and make babies. That's it. You weren't expected to be a doctor, you weren't expected to be a chemist, you weren't expected to be a scientist, you weren't expected to have any of these careers. The careers back then was you were supposed to be a stay-at-home mom and you were supposed to be the homemaker. You were supposed to be the person that takes care of the kids and makes dinner and fulfills your husband's needs. But what I liked about this book was the main character, Elizabeth Zott. She ends up being let go from the Hastings Research Institute, and she ends up getting a job in television on a cooking show. But she ends up teaching chemistry during the cooking show, because at one point in the book, Elizabeth Zott explains that cooking is chemistry. She's right. You're using all the chemical compounds to create something new. You're taking raw ingredients and you're creating something new. You're creating a meal. And the ending was satisfying. I really enjoyed the ending. I felt fulfilled at the ending. Another thing I really liked is the author was not over the top with the scientific terms. She describes the elements, but that's about it. And then, like, some other character will actually give the layman terms. I could relate to the character not really fitting in. I know I'm male and I can't relate to her being female, but I can relate to her not really ever fitting in somewhere and then finding somewhere that she does fit in, that she uses her talents and her knowledge to better help those. So I can relate to that. It was actually quite easy to read. I didn't struggle with anything in it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I actually read it very quickly, very fast. And I definitely say it's worth a read. I don't know if there's any other books by Bonnie Garmus. There probably is, but I definitely recommend reading this book. So, yeah. So, that's Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. definitely worth picking up. You won't be disappointed. It's not heavy on the scientific jargon. You won't feel like terms are going right over your head. And it's the story actually flows pretty well. So yeah, I recommend it. If there's, like always, if there's any books you want me to review in the future, be sure to leave a comment down below. If I have it, I will set aside. If I don't have it, I will look into getting it, and we'll see you next month.